I need to go to one of her concerts. I absolutely love that.
Denn der Tisch ist gedeckt, es gibt nichts, was uns fehlt. Alle da, alles leicht, ich will. Schließ meine Augen, die Zeit bleibt stehen.
There was so much in that. People will become sour and I'm sipping lemonade. I love it. Kia ora and welcome. My name's HDB and I'm your vocal coach for today. We're going to be taking a look at Nina Chuba with Femminello. I hope I just said that right. She is an extremely famous German artist. I'm really excited. I've never heard this song before. Haven't really listened to a hell of a lot of Nina Chuba, but I'm excited. Let's see what she's up to with her vocal technique. How is she creating these sounds? And most importantly, if you want to learn how you can create them, then hit that subscribe button because I'd love to help you with your vocal technique more often. That was a very weird way to say the word technique. But anyway, let's see what she's up to with her vocal technique.
Kann nicht glauben, dass das wahr ist. Ich suche nach dem Haken von grauen Regentagen und großen Träumen am Hafen zu einer Villa in Italien. Zitronen aus dem Garten. Leute werden sauer und ich sippe Limonade. Wolkenloser Himmel, Sonne knallt das Leben. Schmeckt wieder jeder Tag wie Wochenende. Ja, mich stresst niemand, bin mit Doki, Justin, Burek, Hadi. Am Tracks liefern, grad ist alles perfekt.
How have I never listened to more Nina Chuba? Like, now I totally understand why people have flipped out about her. She's incredible. Wow. Okay. There was so much in that. I need to watch it. I need to watch it again. Hang on a second. I need a drink. No, that's water. That's not vodka. I need to look at it again. Wow. Okay.
Kann nicht glauben, dass das wahr ist. Ich suche nach dem Haken von grauen Regentagen und großen Träumen am Hafen zu einer Villa in Italien. Zitronen aus dem Garten. Leute werden sauer und ich sippe Limonade. Wolkenloser Himmel, Sonne knallt.
I love that. Leute wollen, werden sauer und ich sippe Limonade. I absolutely love that. People will become sour and I'm sipping lemonade. I love it. So we've got this bit of the chest voice with the vocal, and I'm not making fun of Nina at all, okay? I do not sing like this, but I'm trying to show you how to create these sounds. So we've got the thicker vocal fold with the air coming through. I get asked this a lot, actually. Can you do that? Answers yes is a perfect example of this. There's a little bit of constriction going on, which is the area above the vocal folds being pushed down onto the vocal folds to create that sound.
Am Hafen zu einer Villa in Italien. Zitronen aus dem Garten. Leute werden sauer und ich sippe Limonade. Wolkenloser Himmel, Sonne knallt das Leben. Schmeckt wieder jeder Tag wie Wochenende. Ja, mich stresst niemand, bin mit Doki, Justin, Burek, Hadi. Am Tracks liefern, grad ist alles perfekt. Ich glaub, ich will nie wieder. Hab mein Glück in der Hand, lass die Welt sich drehen. Von hier kann man den Ozean sehen.
Oh, this is so good. Von mir kann man den Ozean sehen. See, we can hear a little bit more vocal fold closure coming in there. I think she's going higher. She's adding in a little bit more thyroid tilt. Let's just go back on that. Can't really see her mouth because of the microphone, which is a bit of a shame. But let's just go back on this.
Loser Himmel, Sonne knallt das Leben. Schmeckt wieder jeder Tag wie Wochenende. Ja, mich stresst niemand, bin mit Doki, Justin, Burek, Hadi. Am Tracks liefern, grad ist alles perfekt. Ich glaub, ich will nie wieder. Hab mein Glück in der Hand, lass die Welt sich drehen. Von hier kann man den Ozean sehen. So, wenn Jahr fließt und die Zeit bleibt stehen. Sagt der Sonne, sie kann. Denn der Tisch ist gedeckt, es gibt nichts, was uns fehlt. Alle da, alles leicht, ich will. Schließ meine Augen, die Zeit bleibt stehen. Könnte für immer so weitergehen.
Oh, I need to go to one of her concerts. This is very cool. Okay, what did I just do? Just something else. So, as I say, you can't really see her lips. But the way that we would create this sort of like more of a darkened tone while we're using that thicker vocal fold with that air coming through, which means basically that the vocal folds are open. There's a bit of pressure coming in from the false vocal folds from on top. But when you're darkening that tone, when you bring the lips forward, it's much easier so that we're getting that juxtaposition between the verse and the chorus with that change. It's very hard actually when you are speaking on pitch, which is essentially what rap is, and I'm not a rap teacher, but very hard to change the pitch without, like to change the timbre without changing the pitch. And we do that through the mouth position.
Am Tracks liefern, grad ist alles perfekt. Ich glaub, ich will nie wieder. Hab mein Glück in der Hand, lass die Welt sich drehen. Von hier kann man den Ozean sehen. So wenn ihr fließt und die Zeit bleibt stehen. Sagt der Sonne, sie kann. Denn der Tisch ist gedeckt, es gibt nichts, was uns fehlt. Alle da, alles leicht, ich will. Schließ meine Augen, die Zeit bleibt stehen. Könnte für immer so weitergehen.
Okay, we're going to have another look at that. We're going to go, Tisch ist gedeckt, so we've got more thyroid too going on there. You could, because you hear, tripping over my words, you can hear that there is more vocal fold closure in this chorus, pre-chorus. I don't know the whole song.
Die Zeit bleibt stehen, sagt der Sonne, sie kann. Denn der Tisch ist gedeckt, es gibt nichts, was uns fehlt. Alle da, alles leicht, ich will. Schließ meine Augen, die Zeit bleibt stehen. Könnte für immer so weitergehen.
There we go. Könnte für immer so weitergehen. We've still got the thicker vocal folds with that breath coming through, but that increase in the thyroid tilt is helping her to get further in the range. But es gedeckt, that Zeit bleibt stehen. So this is not at all how I would usually sing. So she sounds fantastic. I sound horrific in that moment, but it doesn't matter because it's the same technique.
Zwei Slices Femminello, immer Limoncello. Job, ich glaub, die Vögel zwitschern morgens meine Mellos. Bin schon wieder tipsy, im Film wie bei Disney. Grüß hier mittlerweile jeden Nachbarn, weil wir der Rasen ist hier grüner, bin auf der richtigen Seite. 99 Pläne und Probleme hab ich keine. Backflip in den Pool und ich versenke meine Zweifel. Alles, was ich wollte, hab ich heute und ich teile das. Hab mein Glück in der Hand, lass die Welt sich drehen. Von hier kann man den Ozean sehen. So
Oh, this is such a cool, I really like these lyrics. So let's just go back on that a little bit because she's doing that again where it's the same vocal fold quality. We've got that thicker vocal fold with a little bit of breath coming through.
Zwei Slices Femminello, immer Limoncello. Job, ich glaub, die Vögel zwitschern morgens meine Mellos. Bin schon wieder tipsy, im Film wie bei Disney. Grüß hier mittlerweile jeden Nachbarn, weil wir der Rasen ist hier grüner, bin auf der richtigen Seite. 99 Pläne und Probleme hab ich keine. Backflip in den Pool und ich versenke meine Zweifel.
Okay, this doesn't sound 100% live, but I do know that the Vivo sessions are live. It's just that there's obviously been a lot of work being done on the back end. She's singing actually really quietly. So when you can see that she's really like right up against the microphone in that moment. And it's so important when we're using a microphone. I'm always talking kind of like over this microphone, but you would really ideally want to be speaking into it like this. Okay, it's just that this is a problem with this particular stand that I can't turn it more towards my face. But when we're doing that, we're actually able to have a lot more economy with the movement of the mouth and the jaw, which means that we're able to actually hear everything that she's saying. But it's not just about that. It is really about building up the muscles of the tongue, the lips, the cheeks, the jaw, and it's going to help us with these neck muscles here as well. And that's exactly why I have a brand new training program for you. It's in the description below because this has been changing the lives of all my students, and you don't even have to do any singing in this program. I know it's all about building up the strength for as little as 2 minutes a day so that you can sing with more stability. And like Nina's doing here, be able to be understood in every single word, even when you're singing really quietly.
Backflip in den Pool und ich versenke meine Zweifel. Alles, was ich wollte, hab ich heute und ich teile das. Hab mein Glück in der Hand, lass die Welt sich drehen. Von hier kann man den Ozean sehen. So wenn ihr fließt und die Zeit bleibt stehen. Sagt der Sonne, sie kann untergehen. Denn der Tisch ist gedeckt, es gibt nichts, was uns fehlt. Alle da, alles leicht, ich schweb. Schließ meine Augen, die Zeit bleibt stehen.
Okay, so she wouldn't get higher in the range if she didn't bring more of the tisch ist gedeckt, mein Sebastian. So we've got less air coming through the sound because as we're going further and we're adding in more thyroid tilt, the vocal folds are closing more. But we also wanted to pull back on the breath because otherwise the tendency will be to overpressurize and actually push those higher notes out of tune.
Tisch ist gedeckt, es gibt nichts, was uns fehlt. Alle da, alles leicht, ich schweb. Schließ meine Augen, die Zeit bleibt stehen. Könnte für immer so weitergehen. Hab mein Glück in der Hand, lass die Welt sich drehen. Von hier kann man den Ozean sehen. So wenn ihr fließt und die Zeit bleibt stehen. Könnte für immer so weitergehen.
Very similar vocal quality as könnte für immer so weitergehen. And it kind of feels like there's a darkening of her accent in this moment. That can also be done through those lips coming forward, like I said, but it can also be done by dropping the tongue. Könnte für immer so weitergehen and changing that tongue position there. But that's also a slight accent difference as well with Nina here. I don't actually know where she's from, like from in Germany. Yeah, this is sort of, and again, I know that people are going to come for me, but this is a very sort of like our rap. In German rap, there is this sort of like rap accent, and that's kind of what we're getting here is this, we're kind of getting this like, it's more like it sounds like she's from Berlin, actually, with the way that she's speaking. I was very nervous to say that because I'm pretty good on accents, but it has that kind of like, this sort of like Berlin accent is very typical with this type of rap music going on. But anyway, I said it on the internet. Yes, and I'm not a rap teacher. So what I love about Nina though in this performance, although there wasn't as much singing as I suppose I was hoping that there would be, I really liked the way that she was connecting with the camera and also the way in which she was using the energy of her body. This is actually so difficult when you have a song that's relatively repetitive for us to actually stay engaged throughout the entire performance. But you could see from her facial expression, from the way in which she was articulating those words, she was holding us captive in that performance. And we were there with her, even if you don't understand what she's saying, or even if rap is not really your thing. I really, really like that. I've got to listen to some more Nina Chuba. So you let me know down in the comments which one I should have a listen to next. And yes, I can understand German, so I also speak German fluently, so I did understand everything that she was saying, but that's not the point of these videos, is not to really go into what is going on with, it's really about what's going on with the vocal technique and what's, not necessarily what's going on with the actual words. So because I teach a lot of singers from around the world in lots of different languages, and vocal technique is universal, whereas the way in which we're expressing our languages, we want people to understand even if they can't necessarily understand the words that we are saying. And that's what we've just experienced, right, with all of Eurovision being in all these fabulous languages, and that's what I'm here for. So if you want to learn more about vocal technique and how you can improve your voice and sing with more stability, sing with more confidence, like Nina's just done in this video, then check out the link in the description below, because we would love to talk with you in a vocal strategy session about how you can improve your vocal technique and get those singing lessons that you really need to get if you're wanting to take your singing to the next level. Check out some more music up here. I haven't looked at Nina on the channel, so I'm going to handpick something that you can take a look at up here for you to continue learning. And remember, anyone can learn to sing. It's about moving all these muscles, and that's what I'm here to help you do. So, happy singing. Ka kite